Fantasy Map Simulator is a simulator game where fictional countries, or in our case, real countries, go to war until there is one left. Every 3 minutes, we will be spinning this wheel to either give countries bonuses or minuses until there is one country left. All right, so our countries are set. We have Netherlands, England, Greece, Luxembourg, the Soviets, Romania, America, Bulgaria, Albania, Norway, Finland, Algeria, Egypt, Italy, Germany, Denmark, Belgium, and France.
No.
Let's go ahead and start the timer and start the game. Now, immediately we have a war between Albania and Germany. Germany off to not a very good start. Albania could be the rulers of their island. We have the Federation States of America piecing out with Albania to pile on against Germany. England declared war on the Netherlands. That's a fight between two giants over there. In the south, we have Luxembourg fighting Belgium. And in the southwest, we have the Soviets fighting Greece. Norway also fighting Greece. Are these two allied? They are not. Romania is fighting Denmark. Denmark does not seem long for this world here. And in fact, our first nation to fall is Germany. Albania claiming their entire territory. America has turned their sights onto Norway, which means Albania is also going to get involved. So we can see a steady stream of troops coming down to fight Norway, who's fighting Greece. I don't know how well that's going to work out for them there. Now, over here in the middle, we have a peace out between everybody. Algeria and Bulgaria allied themselves to protect themselves from Luxembourg. Belgium exists. They're having a great time. Italy up in the corner. They're not going to be able to do a lot. And a bit of a stalemate here between the Netherlands and England. Norway's making a little bit of gains on America as well. Romania, pretty content with their land. They don't have a lot of troops despite the amount of land that they do have. So we've reached a little bit of a stalemate here. Has Finland gotten involved? No, they have not. So it looks like Greece has now gotten involved, pushing into Norway. The Soviets have peaced out with Greece, so that's going to put their full reserves into Norway. And the Soviets have declared war on America. We'll see if Norway's able to survive this. They have a minute left on the timer. What happened to France? I think they were immediately destroyed, brother. That's their last territory, but Greece is heading up there. And Norway has no troops. Norway is out of the game. When Luxembourg is engaged with Bulgaria and Algeria, do they have enough troops to fight off everybody? They might. I don't know. If one more country gets involved, that could be their downfall there. As Luxembourg is gaining land on both Bulgaria and Algeria, or at least holding the line against Algeria as it pushes through Bulgaria. And there's our first timer of the day. Let's go ahead and pause the game. And let's go ahead and spin our wheel. All right. Force all peace. So let's go to every country and force the peace, which is going to be bad for countries like Luxembourg. Great for countries like Bulgaria. So we are going to close this. And we'll peace out with everyone. So truce there. You're good. Netherlands is going to truce out with England. And the Soviets are going to truce out with America. I believe that's everybody left in the game. Now, taking a look at our remaining countries, we have the Netherlands in first, England second, Greece, Luxembourg, America, Soviets, Albania, Romania, Algeria, Finland, Egypt, Bulgaria, Italy, Belgium, and France. So we'll go ahead and start the timer again and resume the game. So with this newfound glory, the Soviets immediately declare war on America again. They will not be stopped. The Netherlands pounces on Luxembourg, and England starts their war front against Finland. Now, Italy is not doing anything. Belgium's not doing anything. Bulgaria and Algeria are sitting this one out, and so is Romania. So it looks like the big fights are happening down here with America and the Soviet Union restarting their Cold War. In fact, is Greece involved in this as well? They are. Greece is at war. No, Greece is at war with America and the Soviet Union. No, that's weird. Looked like Green was invading. Yeah, so America and the Soviet Unions are at war with Greece. Greece is in a rough spot right now. Finland, even worse spot, though, as they're getting attacked by England with no repercussions. How's Norway doing? They have touched down on Luxembourg, but are fighting this long battle of attrition. And I don't know how much Norway has, or the Netherlands has, in terms of troops, as Luxembourg has basically sent their entire army to claim that island, and now they're launching their attack into the mainland. And the Netherlands deciding that that's not enough, fighting Luxembourg and getting throttled over there, by the way. They've declared war on England as well. Now, it looks like the Soviets have actually pieced out and allied Greece and are now fighting America and Albania. Looks like they're getting a little bit of a push up here as well, at least in the north. Now, Albania is coming down into Greece, so that's going to slow down their progress, but the Soviets don't need a lot of help to take down America, as they're getting steady gains over here, It's going to be tough for America to bounce back. They're losing a lot of troops and they're not able to really bring a lot to the front because they don't have a lot. And the Soviets really laying into the United States right now, making a lot of pushes. The Americans barely have any troops over here. It's all Soviets just pushing through. And Albania is not much of a help. They have one troop over here fighting for this one port, and that is it. And they got it. But here comes Greece to take that back right away. Greece pulls out all of its armies, though, to do that. So it slows down the advance on America just a little bit, allows them to take a little bit of land back. But here comes all of Greece's forces once again to go straight into America. It looks like the Soviets have kind of slowed down their advance. They're mostly playing defense over here, while Greece is playing a lot of offense. And there is our second timer. All right, spin the wheel again. What unfortunate fate falls upon what unfortunate country? There are bonuses in here, though, but not this time. Or is there? Top 3 become allies. That's going to be rough. So our top 3 right now is the Netherlands, England, and Greece. So you become allied to you, and you become allied to you, and you become allied to you. All right, so our top 3 are now best buddies, which is a little bit of a change for England and Netherlands, who were just at war. But the merciful god of Corgi Circus has spoken. Now that does free up England to fight the Finns, and the Netherlands has also joined in on that as well. So it doesn't spell very good luck for the Finns, as they're getting assaulted on 2 fronts by the 2 biggest players in the game. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold out for long, as especially the Netherlands are dedicating a lot of troops to this. The Finns are just kind of spinning troops back and forth, not really sure what to do, as they're just getting pushed back on all fronts right now. They have 2 territories back, and in fact, they are gone. Finland is out of the game, and oh my god, they've all declared war on tiny France. No, tiny France, you can do this. You're doing great. In other parts of the world, the Soviets are absolutely on the move against the Americans, mostly powered by the Greeks. The Greeks have dedicated their entire force to doing this move and are giving all that land to the Soviets. That might be a little bit of a mistake later on, although it does look like Albania is sending a few troops over, but I think it's going to be too little too late. They keep trying to take a little bit of territory in the back, which does pulls the Greeks back, but only for a little bit, and it does look like this could be the end of America. They only have about 3 provinces left and barely any troops to defend it with. Oh, who is this? Greece has come over. Greece actually takes a little bit of territory for themselves finally. 2 territories for themselves. 3 territories. They actually get a little bit of land out of this themselves. America's down to the last hold right there, and in fact, America is off the map. So Luxembourg has peaced out with their allies of Algeria and Bulgaria. They're fighting down Belgium over here to claim supremacy on their island. So it looks like it's a tale of a few island boys working together, as Greece has broken their alliance with England and the Netherlands. Looks like everybody is still fighting together, though, at least for the time being. All 3 are fighting down Romania. This looks like it's going to benefit Greece the most, who we know are very warmongers right here. They're putting a lot of emphasis on pushing. Although here comes England and the Netherlands to grab a little territory for themselves. Oh, in fact, England gave that land to the Netherlands. Romania, oh, brother, it's not looking good for you. Look how many troops from Greece are over here. Greece has such a big army, but they've been backstabbed. The Soviets have invaded. Greece is going to quickly pull off a lot of their troops off the front line, although it looks like they might have given away their defensive mantra. And there is the timer. To the wheel we go. Random country gets a fight to the death attribute. All right, so let's pick our random country. Romania. They're down here. Oh, buddy, I don't know if this is going to help you, but you get fight to the end. Good luck to you. It didn't help them at all, actually. No, that didn't really help them in the slightest bit, actually. Now, they do have a slight chance of coming back into the game, but it ain't going to be for a long time. Yeah, France was gone. Poor France. Ooh, now looking up north, England and the Netherlands have turned against each other, fighting a little bit of a battle up here. And down in the south, the Soviets have really established themselves as a big powerhouse, but Greece, as we know, puts out a lot of troops and is going to put out a lot of damage. Soviets are going to have to absorb that damage in order to take any territory, which is a real hard thing for them to do, even though they're bigger. In fact, they both say it's not worth it. Let's just peace out up here. And is our Entente still available down here? Yes, the Entente of Luxembourg, Bulgaria, and Algeria stands strong. Italy having a great time. I don't know why Italy always gets relegated to an island. And what is Albania doing? They're hanging out as well. They're actually allied to Greece, so that's going to be trouble for the Soviets if they try and invade again. So the only active war we have going on is England versus the Netherlands, and currently the Netherlands are winning this. They're taking territory little bit by little bit. Both countries are a little bit slow to take land. England getting a little bit of a push back, though, able to grab a little bit of lines Looks like we'll be looking at a lot of trench warfare here, of a lot of fighting, a lot of deaths, and not a lot of moving of the lines. When Greece and Albania are back at war with the Soviets, Greece getting a little bit of time to build back up, making a strong push down here. The Soviets are making a big push up north, but they stand to lose a lot of territory by not engaging in the south as much as they are, although they are holding the line down here. Good for them. The Soviets are a little bit stronger than maybe would have thought. So both continents pretty evenly matched. England versus the Netherlands and the Soviets versus Greece are not really able to get the advantage on each other. They'll have to have a third party jump in here in order to turn the tide. And they both peace out. Timer's up. Pause the game. Spin the wheel. What's it going to land on? Ooh. Add 250 troops to the smallest country. Our smallest country in the game right now is Italy with 36. They've been hanging out in the corner the whole time. So let's go ahead and add some troops there. We'll say 250. Good luck, Italy. This gives you a lot of troops to mess around with. And they immediately declare war. Oh, you mongrels. Who'd you declare war on? They immediately declare war on the next smallest country, which is Egypt. Look at the line of troops going across the world to fight down Egypt. Oh, Egypt. And Egypt's getting attacked by England. Will these troops even make it there in time before England absolutely destroys them? The Netherlands has declared war on Greece and the Soviets. Did you guys peace? Yes, you did. So Greece and Soviets have both become friends and peaced out. Greece is fighting down the Netherlands over here. So the Netherlands already have a little bit of a beachhead here. And here comes the line. Here comes the ants. They're ready to lay an absolute pounding on what remains of Egypt. Egypt wasn't ready for this. Oh no, poor Egypt. You were just hanging out in the corner. Nobody puts Egypt in a corner, but oh my gosh, they're going to fall so quickly. And this looks like the swan song for Egypt. They have one territory left and one guy to defend it. Poor little buddy. I don't think it's going to go well. And there you go. Italy has basically doubled their strength, which may sound impressive until you realize that they were the smallest country to begin with and got like 3 provinces. So not a lot of movement there. Looks like Greece has kicked off the Netherlands from their island and are pushing on this last island over there and may begin the affront into the Netherlands themselves. Greece, being a very strong country, and the Soviets equally matched, could do a lot of devastation against the Netherlands, although it doesn't look like the Soviets are actually sending a lot of troops over there right now. Ooh, and Italy's declared war on England. They don't have a lot of troops over here, and a lot of their troops are heading back home, but here comes another swarm from Italy to fight down England. Yeah, England actually getting the upper hand over here in the west, but the majority of the Italians have not reached, and they have not even dispersed most of their armies yet. There they go. They have landed here, making a strong push. Any kind of English armies coming back to defend are immediately getting wiped over here, as Italy's putting the absolute hurt on England right now. England barely has any kind of defense lined up for this. They were not ready for the Italian fronts, but the Italians are apparently not good fighters because they're getting absolutely thrown down. They came in with about 100 troops and immediately lost everybody. I don't even know if they're going to take another province. Looks like they're going to take the one and then immediately be destroyed by England. So them fighting somebody very far away might not be the best move for them. They are reinforcing right now, but here comes the timer and we spin to win. Top 1 and 2 fight. All right, so if we take a look, number 1 is Greece, number 2 is England. So even though Greece is at war with the island over here, they're about to find a new person to fight, which is going to be England. So England is going to be having a little bit of a fight. I don't know how much damage that's going to do to them because they are already fighting down Italy. Oh no. The Netherlands took that land away from them. So Italy didn't actually take anything over here. They have a little bit of territory that they grabbed up here, but barely any troops to defend it with. And their supply lines are so long that it's not really going to affect England. Now, I don't know how much England's going to be under threat by Greece because they're already fighting the Entente of Luxembourg, Bulgaria, and Algeria and struggling to do any damage against them. But the Netherlands is also engaged in this fight as well, despite not being allied to Greece. So both this Entente is at a little bit of a two-front war, although the Netherlands are not committing nearly as much as Greece is. Italy once again trying to put some hurt into England, but England quickly able to just destroy them. Italy, you're wasting all the troops God gave you. All that population just out the window. I feel like they've already wasted half of them and accomplished nothing. Oh, but the Soviets have also declared war on the Entente, so they're over here as well, opening up another front. So the Entente has a three-front war, and man, the Entente are holding their own. They've kicked off the Soviets. They've kicked off the Netherlands. They've just got Greece to fight down, the toughest of them. And even though England and Greece are still at war, the English are still having to fight off the many troops that Italy has, but Italy's quickly getting drained of all those troops because they send them in slow batches. Look, now they're only sending like 5 troops over. Ooh, but Albania's touched down. They're bringing some troops over. I mean, they did for a little bit. That gives a little bit of pressure off Greece to potentially take more land over there. Luxembourg really not able to enter this fight because every time they start to even think about leaving, the Netherlands sends more troops over to start invading. And Luxembourg is very defensive-minded focused, as they are just really focusing on not letting the Netherlands get any kind of grip over here. Bulgaria has basically been bled of troops. So has Algeria. It is not looking good for the Entente, as there's just overwhelming forces coming into them right now. And there's our timer. Pause the game. Smallest annexes the biggest country. Everyone attacks them. Okay, so this might be good for Italy, just hanging out being the smallest. If we take a look at our statistics, Algeria is the smallest, Greece is the biggest. So this war with Greece was all for naught, as now they get all of Greece's land. An unfortunate day to be Greek. All right, Greece is now out of the game. Our new leader is Algeria, or at least I believe so. Yeah, Algeria takes over as the first place player. So they go from being on the brink of annihilation to being the strongest country in the game in the blink of an eye. Now, speaking of formerly strong countries, England is at a big war with the Netherlands right now. And the Netherlands seems to be advancing on all fronts. Is anyone helping them out in that war? Oh my gosh, the Netherlands has made some friends. They became part of the Entente themselves. So now it's an all-out war against England over here, as all these countries that were fighting are Greece and Soviets are now just fighting England. The Soviets, as soon as they lost their Greek ally, peaced out immediately. They are still friends with Albania, so they could still be a threat to the game later on. But right now, the focus is on England. England surprisingly holding their own, but honestly, the Entente of the island is not that strong. It's most of this alliance's strength is going to come from the Netherlands. Although Luxembourg does have a lot of troops, it looks like they have deployed them, but England's just been knocking them back. Now, the Netherlands are still getting a little bit of gains, but not as much as you would hope from a 4-person alliance, all attacking at once. And there's the peace out there. So that is the end of the war between England and the Netherlands. The Netherlands getting a little bit of land there. I believe that is peace in our time. Never mind. Algeria is immediately fighting the Soviets. The Soviets are going to try and give a big push over here. And the Soviets are getting that push. Turns out they're rather strong, and without the Greeks holding them back, they could conquer the world here very quickly. Now, Algeria is allied to the Netherlands and Luxembourg, although it looks like that alliance just broke down. Oh no. This is bad news bears for Algeria. They really need that extra support to do anything for them. Although the Netherlands are still attacking the Soviets. Is Luxembourg still involved? They are too. It's just the alliance that broke down. So the war still rages on all fronts, but not so united anymore. In fact, now we have peace in our time. The Soviets didn't lose that much, all things considered. They still exist, and now the Netherlands and Luxembourg have turned on their former ally, Bulgaria. Bulgaria is in a rough spot here. Oh no, Algeria's also joined the fight as well. Bulgaria, you're in a rough spot. Now, England's declared war on Algeria. The Netherlands has declared war on Algeria. They have allied the Netherlands and England. Ooh, that is going to be rough for Algeria right now. Bulgaria, valiantly fighting, but I don't know if they have enough troops, but saved by the bell they are. To the wheel we go. Smallest country attacks smallest neighbor. All right, so our smallest country is currently Italy, and their smallest neighbor, quote unquote, is Bulgaria. So we will tell them you are now attacking Bulgaria. Good luck to you, mighty Italy, and we resume the game. Now, is Italy going to send any troops over? No, they're not. They're actually at war with England right now, so they don't have a lot of troops to deploy. They're sending 2. God bless you, Italy. Good luck to you. Bulgaria, a tougher nut than I think the rest of the world expected, as no country's really been able to get too much land off them. In fact, it looks like only a couple provinces have fallen away from Bulgaria, but it is a war of attrition, and Bulgaria is not going to be able to hold out forever. They really needed that timer to go in their favor, and it just did not. So a peace treaty is the only thing that's going to save them here, and I don't know why either country would peace out with Bulgaria here at any point. Not to mention Italy is on their way with those 2 troops. Oh no, this looks like the end for Bulgaria. They fought valiantly, but they just don't have the troops to hold back anymore, as Luxembourg and Algeria are both fighting down their last provinces. Big fight happening here for Astaria, and down it falls. They only have their capital in 1 province left. No, it's just their capital at this point. Bulgaria looks like they're going to be out of this one. Bulgaria has been defeated. So at this point in the world, we have just Algeria, the Netherlands, Soviet Union in 3rd, England in 4th. England moves up to 3rd, switches places with the Soviets. Luxembourg, Albania, and in last place, the lovable loser, Italy's island, Now, Algeria, out for blood, immediately turns their focus into the Soviets. The Soviets are putting it up against a good fight, but they are fighting with England and Algeria at the same time here. Albania, not being much of a help over here, not producing a lot of troops, not doing a lot, although they are invading England and have established a beachhead, so that might draw away enough troops from England for the Soviets to be able to push back against Algeria, but not right now. It is not looking good for them. Oh, and the Soviets peace out with England. That's going to be a relief for them. And England immediately turns around and starts fighting the Netherlands. So another trench warfare of two evenly matched foes emerges once again in the north. The south is where our focus needs to be, though, because this could be the real turning of the tide here, as either the Soviets or Algeria could really do some damage over here without England involved. And there is our timer. To the wheel we go. Good spin, good spin. As soon as I said that, it lags. Force all wars. So this is every country goes to war with every single country. This is going to be a little bit of a big one. No allies, no more. Everyone is at war. All right. The war is set. Everyone is at war. We resume the game and see what kind of chaos we have unleashed. Now, I don't think there's a big player that wasn't already involved in fighting. So the only ones that are really going to get involved is Italy and Albania. Now, I don't think they're going to do too much damage here, but all out war means no allies, which could really change the shape of the game here later on, as England and the Netherlands go, hey, let's just peace out here, buddy. And they actually become allies with each other, which frees up both the English and the Netherlands to go fight on other fronts. England putting a lot of force into Italy. This could honestly be the end of Italy right now. They barely have any troops to defend themselves with. And the Netherlands have peaced out with Algeria after losing a little bit of territory. Now it just comes down to, can Italy save their homeland? They're pushing back, but there's a lot of people at war with them and a lot more coming. Mighty Italy actually reclaimed their homeland, but this army could be the end of that. A multi-nation army invading Italy. Italy barely has any troops to be able to keep people off their borders. I don't know how well this is going to last. The timer is about to go off, though. This could be the saving grace for Italy, as no one's really interested in piecing out with them. And the more and more troops just keep piling in. Pause the game. To the wheel. Top three countries get the same religion as the weakest one. Okay, we'll see how this one plays out. I might add some alliances in here, and I believe that is still Italy. Italy, what is your religion? You are atheists. Okay, and our top three countries, Algeria, Soviet, and England. So Algeria, you become atheist. The Soviets, you are also atheist now. So they were both Islamic, which might have been why they were friends. And England is a Sephardic faith. I'm not sure if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but you are now atheist. Congratulations. That might save Italy over here, as they might be more inclined to peace out with Italy, despite the amount of troops already committed to fighting down Italy. No, it is not. Luxembourg says no mercy. Luxembourg, what is your religion? Your Christianity. So they don't care about this one. Italy down to the last two provinces. Last province here. I don't even think they have a single troop to fight left, but everyone's kind of abandoned this, so Italy might be able to survive. The only one that still has troops over here is Luxembourg, and they only have a couple, but opening up the coast does let England get back involved. Oh my gosh, could Italy pull this one off? Look at how many troops Italy has. They're actually going to do it. The madmen, they're defending their island. Oh my gosh, they actually did it. They actually defended their island. Now, is anyone willing to peace out with Italy? No, they're out for blood. Turning of religion means nothing. Italy defending their island. Well done, Italy. And it looks like, no, they haven't peaced out with anybody. So I don't know how much longer that's going to last. The world is just going to keep sending troops over, but the supply lines are so long. I'm surprised the Netherlands haven't been able to do anything with this, but they keep getting beaten to the punch by the Luxembourg. And Luxembourg now coming with a lot of condensed force all at once. This could be a lot of trouble for Italy. Oh no, were all those gains for nothing? Was reclaiming their island all for nothing? And Luxembourg does, in fact, deal the killing blow on poor Italy. They're out of this one. Now, who is this making actual progress against the Netherlands? Is that the Soviets? My goodness, they have defied the strong and field combat elite. What does that do for them? Field combat elite, able to quickly defeat enemy armies. That is doing wonders for them. I bet Greece had that same thing, because nobody's been able to conquer the Soviets. They're just able to conquer. They've been able to defend their lands so much, but at the same time, making quick work of the Netherlands, who's been a strong force for the entirety of the game. And there's our timer. Pause the game. Quickly, to the wheel. Random country gets 100 troops. Okay, so let's go to our wheel. And our lucky recipient of of 100 troops is Luxembourg. Congratulations, Luxembourg. Come on down. Let's add some troops to you, sir. You get 100 troops. Now you're at war with Algeria, so this could really turn the tide for you at this moment. Let's place this army right in the front lines where they need it the most. There they go. 100 troops on the front lines for Luxembourg at a critical moment while they're fighting Algeria for control of their island. These 100 troops are actually going to make a difference, unlike Italy, who doesn't know how to use them. What are you doing, Luxembourg? They pieced out with Algeria and then became allies. So now they're not fighting anybody. Oh goodness, England has renewed their alliance with the Netherlands to fight down the Soviets. So it's a 2v1 against the Soviets. They pieced out with somebody, but it wasn't the Netherlands or England. So it looks like just England was able to turn the tide. But the Netherlands gets almost all their territory back, although England did sneak a little bit of territory away from the Netherlands by attacking into the Soviets. Now Luxembourg, here comes Luxembourg. They do still have all those troops. They barely used any of them. They're starting to fight down the Netherlands as well, which does mean they are at war with England. But so is Algeria. Algeria is going to join this fight as well. England sending a lot of troops down to Algeria right away, trying to get ahead of this mess, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, as now they're engaged with Luxembourg, Algeria, and the Soviets. I believe, yeah, Albania is also involved. So it's the world versus England and the Netherlands right now. And Luxembourg getting a strong push right away from all those troops into the Netherlands. It could be big trouble for the Netherlands. They were once one of the strongest countries in the world, but they have absolutely fallen off. Now, Luxembourg starting to run out a little bit of steam here, but look at how much land they've already gained. England not able to do anything to support them. They're just trying to defend themselves right now as they're getting invaded by the Soviets, who we know are amazing fighters. England finally sending some troops over to help fight Luxembourg, and Luxembourg is almost completely out of troops. Looks like Netherlands is going to live to fight another day. And there's the peace out. Oh no, Netherlands just renewed their alliance with England and are now starting to get land back. That's the peace out with Luxembourg, though, so they're no longer fighting on that front. And they've also peaced out with the Soviets, but here comes a little bit of opportunity. Oh, right as the game paused, or unpaused, England turned on their longtime ally, the Netherlands. We'll see if that stands after the wheel. Add rebellions for 6 minutes. That is really going to change the game. As soon as I remember how to do that. I believe it was map editor. Enable rebellions. So this will go on for 6 minutes. I'm going to add 6 minutes to the timer. Go, my mighty rebellions. So this is the closest chance we're going to get to Italy, crowd favorite, coming back into the game. They are live, so we'll see what happens here. We could have new countries spawn. We could have old countries spawn. The world will soon devolve into chaos. Ooh, England making some strong pushes into the Netherlands, though. The Netherlands, a shadow of their former selves. England has really started to take over this game, but are making a lot of enemies along the way. In fact, you are fighting down the Soviets, so it looks like there's more troops involved than there actually is, as the Soviets are sending a ton of troops to try and grab some of Luxembourg's land. And Luxembourg not going to be able to defend that. Tried to stop them at the sea, but weren't successful in that. And the Soviets have landed, so they're going to start taking away troops right here, right now. And in fact, they gave that land away, by the looks of it, to the Netherlands, or the Netherlands sniped it at the very beginning. Oh, and here's our first rebellion. We have Greece back in the game, and then we have Japan in the game, both rebelling from Algeria, making some strong pushes here. Greece especially has a lot of troops. Iran has entered the game. They're also rebelling from Algeria. Algeria, a shadow of themselves, absolutely getting destroyed by their many, many rebellions right now. And this is only 2 minutes into the rebellion phase, so a lot more could pop up right here. Oh no, Algeria has another rebellion. That's the Saudis entering the game, although they were successful in piecing out with Greece and Algeria were successful in piecing out. But Japan, Iran, and now Saudis are involved. But here comes Greece backstabbing another rebellion in Iran. Oh my goodness. And Syria has re-entered the game as well, spawning from Algeria. So all the unfortunateness of rebellions is happening right in Algeria. And here comes China. China's in the game now. They've spawned as well. Nothing can go right for Algeria. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold on to a single province. You can't do anything against a 5-front war. Now, Greece and Iran are both fighting each other. Syria is fighting down Iran as well. It looks like Algeria is just at war with the Saudis and China, although Iran and Greece have now become friends and gave a peace alliance. So now they are fighting Algeria and the Saudis. China actually grabbing some land over here. It looks like they were going to be a one and done, but in fact, they solidified themselves a little bit with that extra province, but back down to 1 as Algeria doesn't have a lot of people to fight left. In fact, they are just fighting the Saudis, and in fact China out of the game now, so Algeria just fighting Saudi Arabia. I don't know if they have the troops to do this, and we missed it. The Netherlands has fallen. They have been completely eliminated from the game. Although, is this them down here? No, that's Algeria. So yeah, the Netherlands are out of this game. England and Luxembourg combined to destroy them, and now England is by far and away first place here with a lead of 200 over Luxembourg. Syria just on the war front though. They've peaced out with Algeria, but immediately turn around and start fighting Luxembourg. Troop landings look like they have already started over here, and in fact they have already started to take territory. Who is that? Is that Greece? That's Lebanon. Oh, so Lebanon has spawned. And yeah, Libya has also spawned. They become friends with Lebanon. So Luxembourg dealing with a little bit of rebellions themselves. Lebanon, though, immediately destroyed. Oh, no. And Syria changes their color just for a little bit of funsies. England has declared war on Luxembourg, though. So while Luxembourg deals with even more insurgencies, as the Federation of Poland has spawned, England is taking advantage of the chaos and just launching an all-out assault into Luxembourg for control of the Northern Island. Hold up. Everyone's favorite country has re-entered the game. The Second Empire of Italy has spawned with a single troop. There they go. Go fight them, boys. Maybe Italy can take back their land. Ooh, but this is not looking good for Luxembourg as they're being threatened to be kicked off their island. Now, I don't know how well Poland or Libya is going to do here. In fact, is that England? Yeah, with England on the board, they're going to be looking for another target here briefly, as Poland and Libya both signed mutual aggression or mutual defense pact, and Italy has retaken their island. Mighty, mighty Italy lives on. But there is the timer. So with that, rebellions go back off and we spin the wheel. Top 3 become allies. Once again, we are dealing with chaos in the world. Let's go to our statistics. England, the Soviets, and Luxembourg all become allies right now, which is a shame for England because they were absolutely on the war front against Luxembourg over here. But now they are just best friends. What will the big 3 do with all their newfound glory? Now, Algeria has been completely kicked out of this land, and all of these rebellions have immediately started fighting each other. Syria is fighting down Greece and Iran with the help of the Saudis. So it's the north versus the south of rebellions, and the Soviets are not going to quit out of this one either. They're starting to push a little bit into some territory over here as well. Oh no, Luxembourg's still at their war, so England is helping Luxembourg reclaim some of their lost land. Although, who is this? This is Italy. Italy's actually doing stuff, guys. They're actually conquering territory. Look at them go. But England withdraws as Syria on the warpath once again, piecing out with their southern neighbors, immediately going into England. So England coming back here to defend. I don't know if that was wise, Syria. It's just because the land was available because their troops were away. It doesn't mean you could hold it. And unfortunately, Italy loses all of their territory gains down south without the help of England. So Luxembourg on a 2-front war. Algeria, not having to defend the west anymore, is now making some absolute headway against Luxembourg over here in the east. Italy trying to get a little bit of territory. Oh my gosh, who is coming down? It's England. England's solved their wars. Oh, Algeria, I think your gains were short-lived, brother. Reinforcements are on the way. Oh no, Algeria. I like the move, but I don't think it's going to last. England just has so many troops being deployed here, and also the Soviets are here as well. Now, who is this cheeky dog? Iran started to invade Algeria. Algeria actually able to defeat the English forces, although more is on the way, so they're back on the war front against Luxembourg. Looks like Libya's also joined in over here, along with Italy, so Luxembourg being attacked on all fronts right now is not going to spell good news for them. Although, is that England? Yep, England has re-established themselves a little bit over here in Algeria, giving that land back to Luxembourg, though. Looks like England is fighting a little bit more wars. Yeah, they're fighting with Syria as well. So dedicating a lot of forces to keeping Syria off their land does not let them send a lot of troops over here to help out Luxembourg. Although they are getting a few troops over here now, which is crucial for Algeria, as Luxembourg desperately tries to keep off Italy here in the north. And there is our timer. And what is our spin? It is random country gets 100 troops. Now, we do have some new countries to add to this equation. All right, with our new countries, let's see who gets the additional 100 troops. Ooh, and it is going to be Syria. So let's go to our map. Syria, what is your condition right now? You are fighting England, Iran, and Greece at the same time. So you definitely need these troops right here, right now. Now you have Total War, Defy the Strong, Manifest Destiny, Cavalry Tradition, and I Came, I Saw, I Conquered. They're going to be tough ones to take down. So let's go ahead and get this troops, place them right in Syria. There they go. off to the front lines. Away with you, my minions. Defend your territory. If Syria can get any kind of a foothold with all those bonuses, they could really be a threat to the board. And in fact, this might spell the downfall for Iran. A lot of those troops are going straight into Iran right now. Iran doesn't have really anything to defend. They only have 2 territories left. Oh, Iran. Though Syria puts those troops to good use. Although, did you peace out with them? No, you're still at war with them, but you're using most of your troops to fight against Greece. This could be the fall of 2 nations here. We rarely see a nation. Italy, this is what you should have done with your troops. What was that? Iran is gone. Greece had to peace out. Syria now strong. Oh my goodness. England also declared war on Luxembourg. If you could just focus, England, you would be winning this game. But they get so confused on who to attack. They just want to attack everyone. Oh, this war's not going as good. What if we launched another one? Oh, and Syria's launched a war into the Soviets. So Albania was able to reclaim all their territory. Who are you fighting? You're fighting the Saudis for some reason, but it's not going to happen before another spin of the wheel. Strongest country fights 2 random neighbors. All right, so the strongest country is going to fight Italy, Algeria. So let's go over to England. We're going to peace out with all of their current wars, and they're going to fight Algeria and Italy. So they were already at war with Algeria, but Italy being on a new front might spell the end for Italy. They've never been able to get any major conquests, although it looks like England's major focus is down here in Algeria. Oh, but Albania immediately truces with Algeria, lands and starts fighting England. So even though we pieced them out over there, it doesn't matter to Albania. They just really hate the English and are starting to push against them with a lot of force. Oh no! Luxembourg's taking out Libya. They got him out of the way. Luxembourg actually able to start taking some progress now, are fighting down Poland. Now, Poland, are you friends with anyone? No, you are not. So that's going to be real big trouble for you because Libya's very strong and I don't think you have enough troops to be able to defend this. Oh, and down in the south, Syria pieced out with the Soviets and are now taking their anger out on the Greeks, establishing themselves on this island as they want to be the only rebellion to live, as Greece is going to be gone here in just a minute. In fact, there they go. Greece is out of the game. Syria remains strong. They are still allied with the Saudis, so they are still in this one as well. But if Syria gets in their mind to take out the Saudis, I don't think they're going to live very long. Now, Poland actually able to take back all their territory from Luxembourg. Luxembourg exhausted all their troops along the way. There's our timer. Okay, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. All right, so the smallest country takes over the biggest country. So the smallest country is Italy, and the biggest country is England. Now, this worked out pretty well with Algeria for a while. We'll see what the Italians do with this as we start expanding their territories and getting rid of England altogether. Goodbye, England. You had a good run, but alas, no more. England has officially been defeated, and now our strongest country is Italy. Italy, you gonna do anything with those troops? Let's check out your bonuses. What do you have going for yourself? You have Field Combat Elite, Manifest Destiny, Bully the Weak, Total War, and Fight to the End. That is a lot going for Italy. Turns out all they needed was a little bit of a chance here, and they can really do some damage with it. So we'll see what Italy does with their newfound power. And they are immediately fighting Luxembourg, sending a lot of troops down there, although they haven't even produced all of them yet. That's going to be really tough for Luxembourg to fight against. Luxembourg, you have Total War, and you have Total War. Is that your only benefit? And Siege Capture. So you're great at capturing, but you're not going to be playing a lot of good defense once the Italians build up their army and bring it on down to bear. Now, the Italians, despite their newfound power, are actually in a deficit, so they cannot use any of their newfound power to do any damage. They're going to have to peace out with this war and hopefully fight another day. But here comes Algeria declaring war on Italy as well. So this could spell trouble for Italy as they have to defend this front as well with no money, which means their troops are going to be a lot less effective on the battlefield. Now, they actually are able to really push the front against Algeria. Luxembourg holding their own, but Algeria might have bitten off more than they can chew. They are losing a little bit of territory, but England having to, or excuse me, not England, Italy having to travel a long way down and fighting multiple wars is not allowing them to really bring enough of their power to bear to take territory. Our timer goes off again. What are we going to get? Random country has all neighbors declare war on them. And that is Poland. Poland, buddy. Life ain't looking good for you. Now, they only have 2 neighbors, but that means that Italy now attacks Poland as well. So it might work out to Poland's favor, just because Italy is so divided in attention. But if Poland are weak fighters, this could spell real trouble for them. Yeah, this is great for Luxembourg and Algeria, as the Italian forces are not able to bring a lot of forces over here. But Poland absolutely getting steamrolled right now by Italy. Italy, what are you doing, my guy? Did you just declare war on Syria and Saudi Arabia as well? Italy's a warmonger. They can't be stopped, although Poland only has one territory left. If they go for this territory, Poland is out of the game. Looks like Luxembourg's already there. That could be real trouble for Poland. And in fact, Poland is out of the game. Luxembourg takes them out. And here come the Italians fighting down and reclaiming the lands that they had already taken away from the Algerians. Looks like the Algerians are going to bear the most of the fronts against the Italians. Algeria, brother, this isn't looking good for you. The Italians making strong headway, but here come the Syrians. They've entered the fight as well, starting to push over from the west, making some damage there. Have they pieced out with... yeah, they have in fact pieced out with the Soviets. So the Soviets are no longer in. Syria's going to be putting their full front to bear, but it might be too late for Algeria as they're down to the last province. And down falls Syria. Syria is now out of the game. And saved by the bell, Luxembourg on the back foot here has the timer go off so we can spin the wheel, and this might save them. There is still weakest country gets 500 troops. That could turn the tide here. Although I don't even know if they'd get it, to be honest with you. In fact, no, that'd probably go to Saudi Arabia. Random country gets fight to the end attribute. We'll figure out which country gets the fight to the end. A very strong attribute in the game. And it is Luxembourg! Just what they needed! Fight to the end. Go, mighty Luxembourg. This is your chance. Although it might be a little bit too little too late. We'll see about this one, though. If Luxembourg's able to hold the line even in the slightest bit, Syria could start to do some damage against Italy. Although Italy has taken the entirety of the north for themselves. And the second island. They're going to be really hard to stop. But with that one attribute, Luxembourg actually has been able to hold the line against far superior troops. But in a battle of attrition, it doesn't matter the bonuses you have if you're facing overwhelming numbers. This looks like it could be the end for Luxembourg. Syria has been kicked off the island once again. Luxembourg on the back foot. It doesn't look like that was enough to save them. They're just completely getting devastated everywhere they go. They don't have any troops. And Italy is consolidating borders. They're down to the last peninsula, last island. And the siege on the capital has begun. And down they fall. Luxembourg out of the game, which just leaves Italy with one target, and that is Syria. Now, Syria is a strong opponent, but Italy has all of the population, all of the economy, all of the bonuses. They're also very warmongery, so they've declared war on the Soviets as well. Oh, and the Soviets finished off Albania up in the north. We completely missed that, so the Soviets are very strong. If we look at the board, though, the Soviets are leading in economy. Italy's still in a deficit. I figured they'd get out of that by now, but they won't stop fighting. Italy is in first place by over double the points of the Soviets. Soviets changed another color once again, getting a little bit diversified from Italy. Appreciate that matte feature. And here come the Italians pushing back the Syrians. Syrians thought they were going to get a little bit a piece of the pie from the Italians, but it's going to be the other way around, as now they are on the hard war front. The Saudis have gotten dragged into this war as well, and they're desperately fighting to just maintain any bit of territory left. There's 20 seconds left on the timer to try and potentially save themselves, but the Italians are just so strong right now. Oh no, and this is going to be the end for the Saudis. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to repel the mighty Italians, as the Italians are fighting in both provinces over here. It's going to be a war of attrition. Pause the game! Pause the game! To the wheel we go! A forced all peace. Oh, that was exactly what the Saudis needed. So they now peace out with everybody. I, as God, declare peace amongst this land. There will be no fighting, my children. Peace now reigns. Now the only question is, how long will the peace last for? The Soviets were able to take a little bit of the Italians' land up north. The Italians almost destroyed the Saudis. I don't think they're going to be able to build back in time. In fact, the Soviets immediately attacked the Syrians right back to the battle they started years ago, but now might be able to finish with the Soviets a little bit stronger and the Syrians a little bit weaker. Oh no. The Italians declared war on the Saudis. They're not going to last very long. Now, the Syrians are also involved in this war, still allied to the Saudis, but here come the Italians in their big war front against the Syrians, and the Syrians are in a really rough spot as they're also engaged in a war with the West with the Soviets. That line hasn't moved, but it is going to take troops away from a fight they desperately need to have with the Italians. And down fall the Saudis. They're not going to be able to withstand that one. They're out of the game. The Italians and Soviets are making strong pushes on both fronts. This looks like it could be the end for Syria. Who's this, though? Oh, the Saudis still have an island over here. They still exist. So despite the Syrians not really able to take a lot of territory back, the Soviets are on the march. Are they on the march up north as well? That's mostly where the Italian Empire is focusing their war front, but that leaves the south open for the Soviets to grab a little bit more territory. But the Soviets actually able to hold their own over here. This may not be over quite yet. Soviets are mopping up any kind of Italian forces over here. That might be the deficit. That might be one of their bonuses. What are their bonuses? They have Defy the Strong and Field Combat Elite. That Field Combat Elite is just incredibly useful in this situation. Really allows them to do a lot of damage, especially as Italy is still in a deficit. So they cannot bring all their forces, the might of their economy, to the war front. And Syria is actually starting to take some territory back too, as the Soviets really start to lay the hammer down here in the south, as the Italians might just be completely kicked out of this island. They might be relegated to their 2 over here. The Soviets are sending a little bit of forces up there to keep a little bit of the Italians occupied, but they're going to be kicked off this island, as the might of Syria and the Soviets combined are going to be enough to just absolutely manhandle the Italians before they're able to send enough reinforcements back. And in fact, they are off the island. They do send more reinforcements. Time to pause. What do we get? Smallest country fights their biggest neighbor. Oh no. I believe the smallest country is the Saudis, and their biggest neighbor is the Soviets. So we will tell them, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're now fighting the Soviets. I think that'll be a pretty short war for them. Although they're mostly getting ignored right now because the Soviets are having to do everything to try and knock off the Italians who have reestablished themselves on the beach. And they're now fighting Syria. Boys, you need to work together. What are you doing? You fools! Oh no, this is going to become a real stalemate. The Italians might get a lot of territory back here. Now, keep in mind, the Syrians have not peaced out with the Italians, so they're also fighting them as well. And at this point, the only thing keeping Syria alive is the Italians' hate for the Soviets and the Soviets' hate for the Italians, as now they gave up marching through the Syrian borders as in the northern front and have fully dedicated themselves to fighting down the Soviets. Oh my gosh, the Italian war front is just massive right now, though. Syria, you fought well, but I don't think you're going to make it out of this one, buddy. Italy proving that they're the true and mighty rebel spawn, finishing off Syria, dedicating all their forces to the Soviets. This is going to spell trouble for the Soviets. They're helping their death along by fighting down Syria and absolutely get nothing out of it. The Italians come in and just absolutely demolish what presence the Soviets had. And now it's an all-out war between Italy and the Soviet Union. But the time has come to roll the dice. A lot of troops are still on the board. We'll see how this one goes. Add 250 troops to the smallest country. Saudi Arabia, you're in this, baby. Saudi Arabia, congratulations. 250 troops deployed. Oh, that's going to spell trouble for the Soviets because they're still at war with them. The Soviets have no time to react. The Saudis immediately pounce on this opportunity, getting a lot of territory right away. Oh, the floodgates have been opened and the Saudis are marching everywhere. The Soviets had zero time to react because the Saudis had an island right off their border and are now marching through the Soviets. The Soviets had a chance of holding off the Italians, but now are frantically having to retreat to try and hold off the Saudis. But with their forces, it's going to be really tough to do that. We might be looking at the end of the Soviet Union. Now, what is the Saudis? They have total war, fight till the end, and those are their only bonuses. So they will never peace out. And in fact, the Soviet Union, they might be relegated to the north. It just depends on if there's a peace treaty. But Saudi Arabia has completely taken the place of the Soviet Union. Their capital keeps moving. It keeps getting pushed back. The north, the south is just getting absolutely demolished. And the Saudis have barely even used all their forces, but now declare war on the Italians as well. Starting to make pushes over here in addition. I don't know if the Italians have the might to stand up to the Saudis, at least for right now. There's going to be a little bit of a war of attrition here. And in fact, the Saudis are dedicating all their forces down to the south. So the Italians are now being put on the back foot here. But if we look at the stats, Italy is still over twice as strong as the new second place Saudi Arabia. And the Italians just do not have an answer for this. They are absolutely getting pushed back, although they did take some territory from the Saudis. The Saudis still have a number of troops on their island, though, so I don't know how successful that's going to be. Now, Saudis are doing a great job right now, but they're going to quickly run out of that 250 troops, and I don't know if they're going to be able to replenish them in time. And I think they're still at war. Yes, they are with the Soviets. Not finishing them up might come back to bite them in the butt, as the Soviets are now pushing down south, and the Soviets also have some islands off the Saudis, so they might be able to do the same thing here in a little bit to what Saudi Arabia did to them. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Although it does look like Saudi Arabia is mostly out of troops here, as the Italians are now counter pushing back into Saudi Arabia. And timer is up. Let's spin the wheel, see what we get. Add 200 troops to the biggest country. Oh, that's going to be disastrous for everybody else. 200 troops go to Italy. Italy's already starting to win this war. Good luck, Italy. With 200 more troops, they might just be able to roll through the Saudis. Where are you going with all these troops, though? They're retreating. They took all those forces and are now sending them back. The madmen. But truth be told, I don't even know if they need them. The Italians are still pushing back on all fronts against the Saudis. So the Saudis are completely out of troops, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on for too much longer. So it looks like they just dispersed a lot of them, which is interesting, instead of sitting on the front lines. The Saudis, once underdogs themselves, are facing the true underdogs of the Italians, coming back from out of the game to absolutely demolishing. It's going to be really tough for anybody to stop. There's no Saudi resistance at this point. The only thing slowing down the Italians from marching on is the time it takes them for them to march from province to province. And they're going to quickly be able to wrap up all the Saudi Arabia territories. Now, they still haven't grabbed the capital, which apparently is just invincible. Nobody seems to be going for the islands. They're prioritizing the landmass, which might be good for the economic zones, grabbing ports and factories and such, or ports and cities. But the Saudis not able to mount any kind of defense here and are getting attacked by the Soviet Union in the north. And the pain just will not stop for Saudi Arabia. Their capital is gone. They're down to the last couple of provinces. Oh, this is going to be the end for Saudi Arabia. I think they only have one left. I think that's a road. No, they have one more. That's the end of Saudi Arabia. And the Italian might marches on. They are at war with the Soviet Union, prioritizing going back to fight this island and defend their territory, but also splitting to move up north. The Soviet Union has a little bit of time left on their timer. They have 50 seconds to hold out. I don't know if it will be enough, even with 500 troops. The 500 troop bonus is still on the table, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the Soviets. The Italians might be able to finish this before the Soviets are able to pause the clock. 30 seconds remain. It's not looking good for the Soviets here. The Italians are just absolutely marching on. The Soviets desperately trying to mount any kind of defense here, but they're losing their capital once again, having to move it again and again. The Italians, they're going to do it. 20 seconds left. They have to take about 3 territories left, and they will not be stopped. Oh my goodness, this is going to be the end of the Soviets. 12 seconds left. Can they do it? And they do. The Italians come back from nothing to win this game. And that is going to do it for Fantasy Simulator. Oh my goodness, what a game. If you enjoyed the game, hey, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments down below if you have wheel suggestions that you would like to do. I think we'll increase the time next time to 5 minutes, as I think 3 minutes was a little bit chaotic, but it was fun for this one, so I really enjoyed it. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. We put out videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.